Welcome to the Transformations Podcast. Here, guests and I will share our transformative experiences and we'll explore how to find excellence in life. Hey, Hendrik Santo, thanks for coming up and joining me on our podcast. How are you doing today?
Hi, Mark.
Now,
Great, I'm great today.
And you're over in the Silicon Valley? Is that where you live?
Yes.
Yeah. So I've been really interested to talk to you. I know we've known each other for several years, but there's some things I really wanted to dive in deep with you about. You've got such an interesting background and experience and a vast number of things that I know our podcast audience will love to hear about, but we're going to keep them in segments, so I'll keep having you back. But today I want to talk about meditation, and you have a great background in different meditation, a very good, strong support of your studies in Buddhism with meditation and QiGong meditation, martial arts meditation. But I know that because you like to really dig deep into things and just not, oh, this meditation says this and this teacher says that, you go back to historical and cultural things so we get a perspective of the meditation. So I'd like it, before we start out, if you could talk about kind of like legends and philosophy and different ways that this has come out and what might we be losing today over the centuries.
Okay, so this is very important basic that we all need to know today. In the entire ancient Chinese practice of meditation, Qigong, internal and everything, including Buddhism, Taoism and everything, we need to classify three types of differences there in the subject meditations. And that is, number one is legend. Number two is the philosophy. Number three is the practice and verifications. Okay, so disregard of it is Buddhist or it is Taoist or Chinese medicines, we have to know these three, right? So the legend, where you can hear a lot of stories of grandmaster Buddhas and Taoists. Philosophy is like the yin and yang and yi jing, okay? And the hexagon,
The Bagua.
the Bagua. And then the practice and verification is the one which is rarely spoke of. Okay, so the third type is the practice and verification. Okay, now the practice and verification is actually what is put as a secret, because if you have legend, well, you have legend. I can say, well, my Sifu is this, and the Buddha say this. Philosophy, this is from Taiji, from the Bagua, and then this is Qi flow, this thing. However, if you don't get to the practice and the verification, then nothing can, you cannot get result from that. You cannot develop it.
Right. Now, let me insert something real quick, because what you're saying makes a lot of sense to me. In Qigong and martial arts, and I'm sure it's the same in meditation and Buddhism and Taoism, that everybody loves the legend, right? Everybody loves the story. That's what gets them interested. It's, Lao Tzu in the cave and Bodhidharma in this cave and the great warriors coming to Shaolin. The legend is really, people glom onto that like it's truth, and then they stick to the philosophy. Oh, they can talk about yin yang and five elements and bagwas and this and that, but that's like an intellectual practice, right? That has nothing. The legend and I think the philosophy part it informs practice or gives you a starting point, but it doesn't help you develop the skill you're seeking for what your point of meditation is, right? So you really need to involve the practice. And what I found in reading so many books on meditation and Qigong meditative state is they talk about it, but they don't tell you the exactness of it. You know that. So when you're saying that the practice of verification is the secret, I would say, even though I have 400 books on it, they don't really give you the detail there. You know.
You are right, Mark, and especially in today's world, the legend is good to show you what is my my status,
Right.
my position. Philosophy is everybody want their interpretation, their way of doing things.
Mm.
And however, if we don't have the practice and verifications, then it is a serious problem, because in the ancient, whatever they consider as the inner circle, it is the people who hold that the practice and verification. So if you look into, say, Buddhism, there's a sutta called Surangama.
Right.
Surangama is a short name for the sutta, okay, for the Buddhist scripture. The long name of that sutra at the end is said it is the practice and verifications of the reality.
Mm.
So now, so we need to know, before we talk about the meditations, the qigong, the energy art, and all those things. It is only practice and verification can bring us to the reality today, meaning that give us result.
Mm-hmm.
If we just be in the legend and philosophy, that is actually part away from the reality. That is why the Buddha have saying that, you know, this like about this 1,000 years ago, when Buddha is alive, he said that like 2,000 years later, then it is a Dharma-ending age.
Right.
So at the Dharma-ending age, people is arguing on philosophy, but they do not have this practice and verifications anymore. Now, that lead to another thing, right? Is about, so what is this practice and verifications is about? How can you know that your philosophy is as good as mine is as good as you? So how are we going to differentiate that?
I'm always right. So my philosophy is better. That's where we get into these ego struggles, you know, and that's where we get into these problems and all the different factions, right? But the point, at least within Buddhism, I think, is just to achieve or strive toward the Buddha nature, right? And the meditation is a path toward that.
Now let's get even easier.
Easier. I like it.
How do you know that, or how more basic? How do we know that our practice in a simple meditation, if you talk about to cultivate our qi, okay, if you want to practice martial art, qigong, you want to practice Buddhist meditation, Taoist meditation, all this about the qi, right? How can we know that the practice actually be able to deliver result, to get that basic? How?
Right. Right. You need a verification process. And I would say that most people that I know in who are meditating are following the basic mindfulness practice, you know, and there's no way of verifying that they're reaching a goal or getting deeper into their meditation, right? But I know that if you don't have a way of, you can't succeed at something that you can't measure is a basic statement, right? And I know that in your studies and in your seeking, and this is one thing that I feel really fascinated by, because you come out of engineering in Silicon Valley and all this ancient wisdom, you know, stuff that all these technological tools that you're using these days is showing you if you're in these different states, right? And giving you a guide about your breathing, your respiration, your oxygen, your different things. So that's kind of a modern verification. Would I be correct in assuming that?
Mark, you are absolutely correct. However, we need to go back 2 steps.
Okay, great.
Okay, from that scientific. Okay, let me share with everybody, really simple here. Here, I like to study things because I'm a design engineer in Silicon Valley.
Right.
I love to find out things. The reason for that is so that we all be able to get there. Because me, I have a diabetic type 1, but per born. So I need whatever I practice to help my body. And I'm sure that we out there, a lot of people have different issues, which is they need this practice to help their health. Not to replace medicine, but to help us to live better. Now, so we talk about that 3 things just now, the legend, the philosophy, and the verifications and the practice. Okay. Now, there's nothing wrong with philosophy, nothing wrong with legend. And why? Because if I want to learn something and I heard the legend, and that legend give me what? Confidence.
Right.
Give me confidence. Philosophy, my mind need to know what is going on. So philosophy is nothing wrong with it. However, it has to end up with the practice and verification so that we got what we got. Now, saying this, let's enter into the world of practice and verification. We are living in 2 types of world. So one type of world is called intelligent world. One type of world is called the natural world. This is actually the reality of us human. Now, the intelligent world is like using our mind to create a better thing, more convenient thing. So since ancient time, we create, say, paper. Chinese create papers, silk, and in Europe we create this the industrial revolution get improved. Okay, so that is the intelligent world where we can create, we can manipulate, we can do a lot of good things. However, there's another part of the world called the natural world, like the sea, how it the tide up and down, the moon, the sun, the mountain, the baby. Okay, it has to be in the mom's body for 8 months, 10 months, and then when it was born, then you just feed them and they just sleep. We all go through that. That is the natural world. So this 2 type world. Now, meditations, QiGong, guess what? Is the first thing is one has to enter into the natural world, or else nothing works. So,
right.
Mark, so that is the gate to enter into the natural world. Like we in an analogy, it's like we turn back to a baby.
Like going back to the womb almost, you're just existing without all that input.
Yes, Mark, that's exactly, because as baby, even when we were like 3 months old or 1 year old, we're not going to use our mind to manipulate anything.
Right.
Right? We just drink the milk and sleep when we need to sleep, cry when we cry, and we don't hold grudges, right?
Yeah.
So so that is the natural part of the world. Now, so in practice of QiGong meditation, we need to get back there. So of course, as you say, that go back to the womb of the mother, like the Taoists say, you want to be like in the in the womb, you know, like the baby.
Yeah.
Now, so number one critical point is whether we be able to pass this from the intelligent world to the natural world. That is the what do you call it? The gate of showing us that whether we be able to get it or not.
It's like
Now,
a gateway to pass through, right? We have to
yes,
pass through where there's no result.
yes. So that is definite. It disregard our we are from the east, from the west, from different religions, philosophy. We need to pass that through. Otherwise, you know, we cannot be baby. You know, human is from baby. Okay, so get that. Now, then there is a summarizations. One, how do you pass through this? How do you
Right.
pass through this, get to the natural world? Well, that is a summarization of practice to pass through this gate. Okay, so what is that? Now, in this world today, or even 1,000 years ago, the Buddha have already summarized the meditation of the entire world, entire universe into two types of meditation. One is called Samatha, or calm down, or settle down. Another is called Vipassana, which is the insight meditations.
Right.
Now, nothing in this world, no meditation is in this world is go beyond this two. Okay? Now, Samatha, analogy of Samatha is like what? It's like when we place say we have a pond of water or a water tank. Okay, if the water is just waving there, if we place the tank, the water tank there with the water there, after a while, guess what? The water will settle down, and the mud will automatically sink down naturally, and the water will be calmed down, right? And this is called the calmness meditation. Okay? Now, so this calmness meditation is the meditation for us to passing through from the intelligent world to the natural world.
Right.
Okay? So there's different ways to do it. Okay? You can do a prayer, you can count your breath, you can do all sorts of stuff. But the bottom line is you need to let the water come down by itself. If you say, I want to think about there's a chi in my lower abs, there's a heat in my lower abs, and so forth, so forth. Now you got into serious problem. Why? Say we thought there is a heat, a warm feeling in our lower abs in Dantian area. Now, because you think, you focus, your blood circulation, and so forth, you feel warm under your navel. Now, after you feel warm, so what's next? What is next? Okay, now, somebody will say, well, then you have to go through up from your spine, down from, you know, it's called the microcosmic, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay, you do that. After that, so what then? Well, this is exactly the manipulative or intellect world type of style. Now, if you get into the natural world with the samatha, as soon as you calm down, your body loose up, your mind calm down, guess what? You will feel your energy in terms of the sensations, say warmness. And that warmness The deeper you go into the come down, like the water coming down, it has its own pathway to run.
Mm.
When it has its own pathway to run, guess what? Say if our cardio has some issue, it will slowly, the energy will flow like that, and it will slowly to clear out that hindrance or obstacle. Right. And that get to what? That get to you have a better blood circulations.
So that goes with the Chinese medicine philosophy of where there's blockage, there's no free flow of energy, blood, qi, and fluids, and where there's free flow, there's no blockage. So to get rid of that blockage, even psychological blockage, like the visualizing, the pushing, the you have to just have to let it go and be almost mindless, right? Because when the mind comes in, we're into that intellectual world and out of the natural world. That's what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, it is not me saying, it is who saying.
That's what you're like enlightening us on.
Yeah, right. Like we say, if we look at the Chinese medicines classic, the Huangdi Yellow Emperor classic.
Emperors. Yeah.
Guess what he said? He said, I say in the Mandarin first and then translate. Sure. Okay. 恬淡兮无，真气从之. When you quiet down, your qi, your energy will follow it. 精神内守，病安从来. While at this state, your mind, your spirit is naturally internally focused. Internally focused and balanced. How will you get sick? So that is from the Huangdi the Yellow Emperor classics. So how to do it? It is actually as the water's analogy. You have to put inside that. Right. So that's why that is the vehicle. Samatha is the vehicle to penetrate that gate into the natural world. The deeper you get inside there, it go by itself, and then it get into Samadi. Where you like today, there's all kinds of studies in science about the Samadi thing, right? Now, so that is how it is. Now let's talk about this the microcosmic stuff. So what is that? What is that? Right? So what is that is? That is a tool for temporary use if it is needed at that time. For example, like acupuncture, like you take herbs. Right. That is a temporary stuff. Does it work? Sure, it works, but it has this limitation. There's manipulative stuff. When you acupuncture, for different pressure point, that's the thing. But if you want to get into your internal practice, your meditation practice, then you cannot follow that, because that is for helping people. Like people get injury. How are you going to calm him down? You need to take anesthesia and something, because you're injured, right? So it works. The things that we need to be able to know where are we going to apply this thing. Now, after you get the Samatha meditations, the water come down. When the water come down, guess what happened? You be able, the water will turn into like a mirror, be able to see whatever in front of the water. That is where the insight meditation is. That observation, the objective observations. That is not using the mind to observe. That is just using the awareness to shine on the thing. Like Is that difficult? No, it is not. It is everybody. That's everybody's nature. Like
People meditate for centuries and decades, and it's very difficult to quiet the mind, quiet the body, and achieve that insight. Because I think part of the difficulty is that, at least for Westerners, not like myself, who are very interested in these topics, but not raised in the culture of it, we're making all kinds of assumptions, right? You can't just lay there. You have to think something. You have to visualize something. The teachers are telling you that. You have to feel the chi ball between your hand. You have to circulate this microcosmic orbit. You have to focus your energy, your mind on the Dantian. You have to, what does it feel like to chew a raisin and become mindful of that, or watch your stomach raise? These are all things that what I'm hearing you say is that in the Samatha meditation, these are antagonistic practices. They go against the practice, right? But in your books, which we'll have in the link below in the description for those who want to check them out, and I highly, highly respect that, you should do that. You call this, just I guess, to stay neutral, you call it N1, right? It's the N of one, the meditation process, the calming down, right?
Now, Mark, sorry to cut you. Back one step. Okay, Samatha.
Okay. See, I'm always
Vipassana.
jumping too fast.
Yeah. Samatha and Vipassana, is that difficult?
No.
No. Now, let me share with you all. Everybody can do it. Okay. Everybody can do it. The only is that how deep we can get.
Right.
Okay. How to do Samatha? Hey man, when you start in a good day, when you're in good mood, when you start to drive your car, you are in Samatha.
Right.
If you're not in the Samatha, you just go drive the heck out, whatever you want, you're going to crush other people. Okay? The second thing, you get into the awareness Vipassana. Why? In the highway in the US, we have the 65, 75 miles, 85 miles, all the car go through it. Do you react to everything? No, you don't. You know all the car there, and you just drove as you are. You don't talk about philosophy. You see all the traffic, the cars go by you, and you know where your car is. That is Vipassana. So the thing is this, right? If you think that you need to go sit down there, have a beard, and by the way, today I don't have my Chinese pajama. Okay, just you wear hoodie. If you think that you have to have that to be able to achieve that, then like meditate in the cave, then it is not the proper way of communicate. Even in the Buddha time, right? If the Buddhas, think about it, if Buddha is here today, don't him have to learn how to use a cell phone? but that is not in his sutta, okay?
Right.
So the thing is that I want you to know that you be able to do that. Even you do it every day actually in the driving, and we are all from babies. We are all from babies. Okay, so it is a lifestyle. It is not something that restricts you something. Okay, now, so with this Samatha Vipassana, now in QiGong, for sure, the first state of the calmness meditation or Samatha is you be able to relax yourself or calm down yourself. The second, you get deeper, then you got the into the QiGong range, and then you can go deeper. You can get into the Samadi range, which is deeper range. Okay, and then now, if you are in the calm range, the first range, not even the QiGong, that is insight or awareness generate or come with that calmness. That means when you are driving, you calm down, and you're driving, you got that insight. Now, however, if you want to get to the QiGong thing, QiGong level, then you get to get deeper into Samatha, and then you need to have the deeper of the stillness or the calmness, then with that, then you have the power like the water which is come down more and you can see things even more clearly. So this is how it is, right? Now, so like only that, then we can get into this N1 process I call,
Right.
okay, the nurture QiGong process. So I was thinking years ago on this process. I said, so how am I going to help people to penetrate this boundary? Because you know, if you don't penetrate the boundary, we don't have anything. Now, this is not about finance, about my title. No, it is purely, you know, I look at myself as an engineer, like a scientist. You know, my focus is there. That's why Mike is always call me Q, like
That's
the James Bond Q.
Thank you. Yeah.
So the only way that we all equal, be fair, is we have a measurement, have a process, have a measurement that we really get in there, a scientific verification that we really get in there. Every practice, we can know that how much we achieve in that practice, and also we can actually improve our practice or reverse it, turn it over. Like, say, if for 2 days I can achieve this, how come today I cannot get it? Oh, I didn't sleep well last night, or I get a cold. You can use that to reflect back to your body. So the N1 process is, like as Mark shared just now, using heart rate. If you enter this gate, your heart rate enter to the natural world, the heart rate will going down. Okay, so what is that? It's as simple as you have a good deep sleep for your recovery. That is the state we need to have the calm down. Now the difference between the deep sleep and the calm meditation is this: the deep sleep is you get knocked off. Okay, like when you're tired, you knock off and you sleep. Your mind doesn't remember much thing. But when you get into the Samatha meditations or the calmness meditation, you are awake, but you know your body is actually you let it be. So your heart rate will going down, and going down to your deep sleep heart rate. Okay.
Yeah.
Your breathing rate is going down. And after you do these meditations or this practice or this nap, you call it, you can check your heart rate variability. It will go high. It's just telling you that your nervous system being relaxed. Okay.
Nice.
So that is the first step. If we never go through that, all bets off. Not only that, what if I force myself? Now, speaking of this, let me tell you, I screw up too when I try to the micro orbit. My issue is that I got this heat in my lower abs, and then the heat going up to my spine. It goes so fast that I get scared, and so I direct it to sideways. Okay, this is 1978. And guess what after that? After that, for 3-4 days, I am dizzy like this.
Wow.
And I don't know how to get rid of it. And of course, at that time, I don't know what I'm sharing today. Now, when I get my master degree, 1986, at one night, you know, since I have this manipulative stuff, you know, when this thing goes sideways, my dizziness, always I get that. Okay. So at this 1986, in my grad school time, I just go at one night, I just say, okay, It doesn't work this way. Okay, and massage is very painful and everything. So I just sit down there. I just do one of the meditation, which is just let everything go. And guess what? Only 5 minutes. This place feel like what? Feel like the rubber band untwist itself back.
Nice.
Okay, and then after that, I have sweat come out, and since then I don't have that anymore.
Huh.
So I know that there is screwing stuff. Okay, and another thing is on this in the lower abs, the Dantian, I try to heat it up thing. Well, that cause problem too. Cause what problem? When you do that, when you think that way, your sexual desire is going to go high.
Yeah.
But that is draining. After a while, you know what you feel? You will feel like you have you have a backache, lower backache. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you say, well, Hendrik, so how is it different than if you do the say the N1 and then N1 extra, more deeper than N1, then your body get warm up, your Dantian get warm up. Well, let me share with you the difference. When you do the proper meditations, when the lower abs get warm up, the heat going up actually warm up your stomach. That means your digestive system is better. It go above, just warm. No, warm like when you drink some wine at the winter day.
Yeah.
Not the hot. Okay, it then warm up the stomach. It warm up the heart area. It warm up. It won't going down to your genital area. Okay, so don't manipulate it. But so this is what it is. Okay, so well, I think I might already whining too much to you guys. Okay, so Mark, just ask me what you want to ask me.
Okay. I have yes. Before we get too much into that, to naughty areas.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you about, okay, so in Buddhism and your own practices, right? We have the venerable XuYun, right?
Yeah.
And did he build or have built the city of 1,000 Buddhas? Or he's responsible for almost single-handedly keeping Buddhism alive in China, right? And
No.
at a point.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for me to cut you.
No, it's okay.
Now,
correct me.
Now, XuYun actually is the Zen Patriarch.
Right.
And
he's the master
of China.
Hsuan
Of China.
Right.
Yeah, it's the master. He's the teacher of Hsuan Hua. Okay, right. Hsuan Hua. And so let me explain this, okay, a little bit. XuYun is like today I like to make a fun of it, like a dealer of all cars. You want Mercedes-Benz? I have Mercedes-Benz. You have one BMW? I have BMW. So what happened is that XuYun is the Zen Patriarch of China, Zen or Chan Patriarch of the China in the 1900, early 1900. Okay, in the 1900 to mid 1900. Now, so XuYun, he's kinds of at that time, since thousand years ago, the Zen have so many lineage, right? So at the XuYun time, he collect all those lineages to him. So he is the guy who is the car dealer. Okay, he have the car mall. You want Ferrari? I have Ferrari. Okay, now, so he is capable like this. Okay, now let me tell you one thing about his capability. So of course, you need to know this about Samadi. in his age, this is 1950 something, at his age of 112.
Yes.
The communists, there's a part of communists in China. They are suppressing religion. So Xun at that time is at this temple in Yunmen, okay, in Canton area, that part, not specific, but Canton, the southern area. Okay, now. So this communists sending the whatever bad guy there, about hundreds of them, go circle up that temple Xun try to rebuild, because Xun tried to rebuild this, since he's the dealer.
He's the dealer.
Yeah.
He's the ringleader. Yeah.
So about 20 monks was captured by these communist people, beaten.
Wow.
Some died. Xun was beaten, and really seriously, 120-year-old. Okay. So at the point that they just throw him to the ground, beat him and everything. And so after that, he had to lay down. And actually, he entered into the Samadhi. And at that time, they use the testing the breathing. Is no longer breathing. Testing his pulse. There is no pulse there. This is written in the time, right? Okay. So people thought his student, that's the monk who served him, thought that he already dead,
passed away. Yeah.
He actually in Samadhi, and so he come alive. And this thing at that time, of course, nobody know that this is in the far place of the southern area of the China. So all these things people don't know. And guess what? The Buddhist Sutra before is like they always have when they have the whatever the notebook, anything, they always is like they wrap like that. Okay, wrapping like that. So this is printing, but this is no printing. Okay, because they print.
Oh, because the pages are folded over and then sewn. And sewn, yeah.
So all this thing is written in when Xun awake, all the incident written in this folded white area. Send it to Hong Kong, send it to Taiwan, or else nobody know that at that time communists actually doing this to suppress them. So okay. So later on, somebody good communist people stop this. Okay, stop this. So I want to tell you this is that guy, Xun guy, have that Samadhi. You don't mess around with people like that. Okay. So that's the thing. Now, Xun, since he have this Farali line, this line, so Venerable Hsuan Hua got one of the transmissions of a lineage, and Venerable Hsuan Hua come to America.
Sent to the US, right? To spread Chan.
Yeah, to come to America. Now, one other person we need to know, okay, because we want to be like this today, right? That is an American lady, Ananda Jennings.
Oh yeah,
is also the student of Venerable Xun. So if you have the picture, can I show the picture?
Sure, I'll let you share the screen. Okay. If you want to do a request share screen, I will on your thing. I'll hit. There should be a button at the bottom of your Zoom that says to request share screen.
I don't have it. I have only share screen.
Yeah, hit share screen.
Okay, share screen. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit share screen, and I'll. There we go. Nice.
Okay. Here.
Oh, there they are. Yeah.
Okay, you can see that.
I see Hsuan Hua
This
and the
is
woman.
Hsuan Hua, Yang Hsuan Hua. This is Xin. This is Nanda Jennings.
And Hua is your master, right? He's
This
your
is my teacher. Yeah, this is my teacher.
Okay.
And this is the record of Xin by month, by year. So if you want to check anything about Xin, you have it by, it is there.
Right.
And like today, many people in Wing Chun say, hey, Xin is create this Wing Chun, that Wing Chun. Come on, okay?
Right.
Let's check this, okay? So I want to share with you that to be a Buddhist, this is the lay precept certifications. So this is Hendrik Santo from Indonesia, right?
Right.
So this is the signature of Master Hsuan Hua, Venerable Hsuan Hua.
Very nice.
Okay, so that is how it is. Okay, so that is how it is, and so that is.
So how old were you when you were in California? I guess that's where Venerable Hsuan Hua opened his first temple, right? And you were there among the students.
Actually, I'm not the senior student. So what happened is this: Master Hsuan Hua first go to Hong Kong and then come to California, and then start the City of 10,000 Buddhas.
That's
at that time. He already have a lot of students, but not really a lot mass student yet.
Right.
Okay. So me at that time, the reason why I approached him to ask him to be my teacher is because I was studying the writing, the classic of Wing Chun 1850, and I cannot figure out what the heck is going on because there's a lot of Buddhist stuff there. This is back when I was in Indonesia, when I was 18 years old. So I went to my teacher, my monk teacher. I have so many teachers, right? My monk teacher in Indonesia, and he said that in America there is Venerable Hsuan Hua, who is expert in the Surangama Samadi.
Right.
And guess what? Surangama is about practice and verification, right? So that's why I come, when I was in America, like my sophomore year, I take a Greyhound from Iowa State University.
Iowa, wow.
Come down to City 10,000 Buddha, take a 7 days meditation and go back, and that's where I saw him. And this is 1980s, mid 80s, okay. And so that is how I begged him to take me as a student. Now, of course, you're gonna ask me, right? So how is it with the Master Hsuan Hua, right? Well, the real Zen is, again, it is not what you think. Now, the first thing. So I arrived as a sophomore from electrical engineering to here and so forth. And so in the first day, I saw Sifu. He always have his golf cart. He just have a golf cart because please go to City 10,000 Buddhas because it's a really good place to see, right? Now, so he have a golf cart between the Buddha hall and where he want to go. He always have a golf cart. So after the Buddha hall, I met him that morning. I sneak around. I wait until nobody with him when he was in golf cart. So I bow in the middle and said, at that time, he's not even my teacher yet, right? He didn't accept me yet.
Right.
And I just bowed to him and said, Venerable, I don't have wisdom. Can you please help me to direct me? And he looked at me so long. We all quiet down there. And then after a while, he said, 3 o'clock, I have a lecture in the hall Why don't you come? Well, so I went there 3 o'clock. I thought that, well, I will get some secret teaching, right? Like the Huinan, the sixth patriarch, right?
Right.
Well, I really got this. Okay, listen to this. I was inside there, and inside there is about 100 monks and nuns and a layman there. So he was, at that time, he was doing couplets. And because I be able to memorize like Lotus Sutra, okay, I use before I come to America for my engineering degree, I have a gap there. I use 60 days to copy the entire Lotus Sutra. After that, I be able to memorize a lot of things. And so I was talking philosophy on that sutta. So Sifu, I said, Sifu, is this? I'm excited, right? This young guy, 20-something year old, right? He walked to me. He looked at me, and the entire room quiet, like nobody, okay? So I was standing there, and he was standing there looking at me, gazing in my eyes. Because I asked him there, no, is it true this way, blah, blah, blah? So he looked at me. After a while, he said, if death come right now, do you have a handling? It scared the hell out of me, okay? And I right away, I scared. And right away, I apology. Man, that is where he start to blast me. You young people, you have to learn here on whatever you never achieve and attain and verify. Stop talking. Shut your mouth off. Okay, so that is my secret teaching.
Nice.
Okay? And
don't be arrogant. Yeah.
You know what? In front of 200 people, monks and everything, you get
you feel small.
If there's a hole, I was going to dig inside it. Okay, so I was there, and that shocked me the hell. Okay, so there's no magic this, magic that, but meaning that you have to stand on your feet.
Yeah.
Right. So the next day, when he took me as a student, he told me a few things. Now I can share it with the world. Number one, stop to be Superman. The Buddha's hall is the Buddha's hall. If you see the Buddha hall, there's a plaque there. It means, so Sifu told me, the Buddha's hall is the hall for the great hero. Okay, the Buddha's hall also is called the hall of the great hero. So he said, you know what is the great hero? Great hero is the guy who can handle his life and death. No longer monkey around with who is Superman in the world. Do not monkey around with who is Superman. This life, you Superman. Next life, you down into the drain. The next life, you become Superman again. You never get out from this. You never win in this gambling. So he said, you get it out. Don't be a Superman and think you will win. You never win. A great hero is the guy who can get out from this life and death cycle.
Yeah, the karmic cycle.
Yeah, so that is the teaching. So after that is yes, Sifu, and when he's there, watch out for what I'm saying. Am I saying something I know, or I'm saying what I don't know? Okay, so this is the entire thing. So if we get back to the first thing I share with everybody about the legend,
right?
The philosophy,
yeah,
the practice and verifications, and then get into the scientific. Now we can do it. You think about it. Take the example for XuYun. He was beating 120-year-old. That he don't have breathing anymore. He don't have a pulse anymore. People say he's going to Samadi. He come back. Is that a legend?
Well,
it is a legend.
It's a legend, but it could be real. I mean, there's things we don't know. In India, Sai Baba is still sitting in Samadi in a temple, and the people are visiting. And there's a lot of stories of really elevated masters who can control their bodies and their consciousness, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I have the Venerable XuYun story. Of course, I have this belief and confidence, but not until the Master Hsuan Hua saying that you don't bullshit if you don't practice it,
Right.
verify it, don't shut up, okay? So all of this is important, but we need to know the full story.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to share with everybody today. I know, don't believe me, try it out,
Yeah.
think it out, and see what it is.
There's a lot of great material on this in your book, The Meditation Matrix. And again, these links will be below in the description of the podcast. I did want to ask you, because this podcast is about transformations. It's the Transformations podcast. How do you feel that your life, and I'm sure there's innumerable ways, but how has your life been transformed from before you were involved in corrected meditation and qigong to now? Because I know your history of with six healing sounds and Wing Chun and Kyokushinkai and meditation, Buddhism. And myself, there's a lot of bad teaching, misinformation, point here, but so they don't go there. And you've applied your scientific mind to all of these things. So how has your practice, your understanding been transformed? I would say, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of answering, but not answering by accident, because I'm trying to frame it correctly, is I guess it's before coming to the US and meeting Venerable Hsuan Hua and his teachings to you. And then since then, you're delving into all of this kind of high technology, which is, we can spend a whole nother podcast on all the technological stuff. So I see like almost three parts there. I'm sure there's more, but if you can speak about a little about these transformative stages in your practice and understanding.
Okay, let me share with you. Okay, let me share with you. The transformations from all the teacher, because I have a lot of different teacher from different martial arts and everything. Is that I'm the person who like to, when I was 17, 18 years old, I'm the first in my graduate in high school. So I'm an arrogant, I like to talk big, even though at that time I practiced Kyokushin. So at that time, I am pretty arrogant, like in my high school, if you get one black mark, you're out. And because at that time I was representing in senior high school for 3 years, I represent the school to go to do exhibit on the technology, electronics show, those kind of stuff. So every year I have three good marks. So the arrogance of me, I'm saying here, not to tell everybody that to follow this, please don't, is that I, at that time, is so bad that I say that if we go into fight, they know I'm the president of the karate club. If we go into fight, you get expelled, and I still have two good mark, because one bad mark and one black mark and one good mark cancel, and I still have two black mark. So I can have two fight, I still have thing, but you out from the school. Okay, right. That is not right. That is not right. And because I'm pretty clever person, pretty smart, and so that's why when I met Van Hsuan Hua, that is a slap in the face. Say, you get back there. Now, after I met Van Hsuan Hua, my life is never as smooth as before. I suffer. And it is because of I suffer. That's why I know what I'm knowing today. Now, to tell you the truth, I'm diabetic type 1. And often I got low blood sugar. Okay? And often I get high blood sugar, like more than 200, lower than 50. Now, if I don't have the meditations, once I go over 200, I go under 50, I get into like the advanced type of the N1 process we talk.
Mm-hmm.
Half an hour or 1 hour, I come out with, okay. I ask the questions in my heart. How about those who don't have the skill I have? How are they going to live?
Right.
How about, and lately there are friends who have cancer going through the chemotherapy. And I taught him the N1 because they cannot sleep after the chemotherapy, and they can sleep. Okay, so because of this teaching and learning from everybody, I'm still learning. It helped me to be able to understand the painful and how the solution for it. Okay, and also because the diabetic type 1 have a really sensitive body. That's why I have to check on my body with all this instrument and see what I practice is actually match up or not, and see in the scripture and so forth, so forth. So it come down for the transformation of me is so that I be able to live an ordinary life, that I be able to live a peaceful, ordinary life. Okay?
Right.
Under this type of situations, sure, I want to be a VP of engineering. I want to be the CEOs and everything too. However, for me, those stuff is great if you have it. But if it's not that, at least what I learned be able to help me to come up to today. I'm 64 already, and be able to experience everything. I want to experience what the ancient Wing Chun stuff, I already experienced it. I be able to describe it. And so I be able to do what I want to do. Okay, but no luxury, no luxury. So this is, I'm just I put at it like I'm just a normal, ordinary human being. However, to be ordinary, do you know how hard it is?
It's hard, especially with type 1 diabetes. The outcomes aren't good. Yeah.
And also like people who have so much issue today, like heart issue, this issue, and that issue, you know how hard it is? Like when your heart is palpitations and you cannot sleep at night, and how you know, sometimes we look into things like, oh, this is like everything is nice, it's like you want some kinds of magic. Well, for me, since I'm 12-year-old until today, you know, like 50-something years on this, I have not, that's miracle no. However, what you want to live daily, that's not based on miracle, it's based on your practice and verifications. And so I just say that the transformation for me is from a young kid who do not have a proper right mind to at least be able to stand on ground, okay, as an ordinary person. That's all. And I feel good for that. Just to have that, I feel that satisfied, accept, and contain. So that's why I like educations. That's why I hope that everybody be able to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So there's no flamboyant stuff. No, I'm not XuYun. I'm not Venerable Hsuan Hua who can meditate for days. And even Venerable Hsuan Hua, let me tell you this. So he gets sick. So at one point, he gets so sick that he was in UC San Francisco's hospital. So how is a guy who meditates so much, have so deep samadhi, can get into that, right? So he was inside there, and then he asked everybody to be there, and the classmate. So he told me this. He told all of us this. He said, you know, here on Sifu cannot have you guys anymore. You guys have to work hard to help yourself. Okay? And you see, even him, like even Venerable Shin, he get beat up.
Yeah.
Okay? So that there is no Garuda from the sky come out and save you, or you have this monster. No, I mean, this is human. And the thing is this, it changed me. Why? Because before is if you read Newsweek magazine, I think it's Newsweek magazine, which decade ago, Venerable Hsuan Hua is one of the known monk or priests who have the supernatural, can do healing. So at that time, it's like, hey, my Sifu have this power and everything. Now, of course, I'm great, right? Because my Sifu had power, right?
Right.
And he's sick, and what he told me actually made me think. So back to square one. Say, hey, and then you look at that. Buddha said, life, old age, you sick, and you're dead. There's a circle of human. Disregard of your arahat or whatever, you have to pay whatever you do, like Venerable Shin. So for me, my bottom line is that, again, back to a normal life. Does it help? Yes. Does it have miracle? Yes. And everything, yes. However, we need to live our life in a really ordinary way. There's no legend. That's the real way. Okay, so I still have Garmin, right? So we keeping learning. As what I say, the world one have the intelligent world is keeping learning, AI, all this thing. On the other part is the natural world. Now you think you need to know this. If this is not balanced, it's going to exhaust you. It's going to create stress. If you just only in technology world, it's going to drain your energy big time. And you need to go to the natural world. Now, if you only to go to natural world, you don't go help other people in the intelligent world, then what are you doing, right? So you are not contributing. So this have to be balanced. So this is what I experienced in my 50 years. It is not what I want. I want to come to Silicon Valley, become the top designer, top this, but it doesn't. It doesn't happen. Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time, and our viewers do as well, and they'll be posting questions below. And please, definitely having you back, because we need to talk more about QiGong, about Mali Tang, about 6 healing sounds, about all different things. We need to talk about Wing Chun 1850, mapping sports science into Chinese martial arts to save them. There's quite a few, and I want to do a talk on the 50 skandhas with you as well later. So plenty of things to talk about, and we really appreciate you coming on and sharing with us today about insights into meditation and your experience.
Yeah, thank you. Before I go, I want to say one thing. The 50 scandals, that I have to be very careful so that my Sifu Hsuan Hua don't knock my head when I was dreaming, okay? Because I'm talking nonsense, right? Yeah. Now, for the 6 healing sound, if we have time later, I want to make one so that the entire world here on know what exactly is six. It's not six healing sound. It's actually six healing breath, and
Right.
six healing breath actually is belong to Vipassana meditation.
Ah, interesting. And we didn't
So
get very deep into that today as much. So we'll continue this over
sure,
with that meditation, the insight and the healing sounds. So I think it'll be
sure.
very interesting. Thank you, Sifu.
Thank
My
you.
friend. I'll see
Bye
you
bye.
next
Thank you.
time. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye.